Thank you. And now I would like to invite Michael Renga to tell us a little bit about his work at Covanta, Arlington, and Alexandria's waste-to-energy plant.
Sure. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for inviting me on the program. I'm an Arlington resident. I've been in the DC area for 20 years. This facility is 25 years old, and it's located actually in Alexandria. And it takes all the solid waste that's collected post-recycling and converts it into energy in Alexandria.
Wow, an Arlingtonian who is running an energy plant here in our region. Wow, what an amazing place that we live in. Tell us, how did you get involved in waste to energy?
Well, I guess the start of this actually used to be an old incinerator site from the 60s. And that gives us a little heartburn, that term incinerator, because it implies no air pollution control, no energy recovery. So it's just basically a fireplace, an open pit. That was destroyed in the 60s, and then in the 70s and 80s, both Arlington County and the city of Alexandria were sending their trash to the local landfill down in Lorton. And at that time, the landfills measure how much trash they can put a hole in the ground in, their volume in capacity. The engineers crunched some numbers, and let's say they were going to run out by the year 2000. So back in the mid-80s, 85 to 88 is when this facility was constructed and built. And Arlington County and Alexandria decided, you know what, we don't want to export our trash into another community and have the environmental hazards associated with that. Let's self-manage our own trash. Let's do a sustainable approach to waste energy, and that's how this was started back in the 80s.
So then you watched Back to the Future and you thought the DeLorean, plug it in.
Right. I was a skeptic. I mean, I didn't know what this was all about. I grew up in New Jersey, and I thought all trash was landfilled and mafia was involved, but that's absolutely not true. The fact that you could use this as a fuel source to make electricity it blew my mind. I was like, wow. I did a case study in grad school for environmental engineering, and I felt, you know, I got excited about it. I don't think I'd want to go work for a company I felt was doing harm to the environment. So I was excited about the process once I understood it, and wanted to join Covanta Energy.
Wow, pay attention, students, renewable energy.
Right.
Now, quickly tell me what Covanta's sustainability plan is. You're in 22 states?
Right.
So
we have 44 facilities in 22 states. Our goal is we support a zero landfill society, and the ultimate goal probably be with everybody is a zero waste society. But until we can get there, you have to do something with the trash. So we believe in the 4 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, and put it in that order, and then recover energy from waste. That's also supported by the EPA. The EPA has a hierarchy which puts us above landfilling. So if you've exhausted those first 3 efforts, reducing the amount of waste you create, reusing what you can instead of throwing out, and then recycling it, and then last but not least, your last resort is the 4th R, recover energy from waste.
That's right, like an energy hero, you're recovering waste. I think that's fantastic. I want to understand though, you've got to be careful about what you put in the incinerator. So
You said incinerator.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I apologize.
A waste energy plant, that's fine.
Waste to energy plant. So there's some things you don't want to burn. What don't you want to burn?
Well, we're a solid waste facility. So first of all, we take household garbage or trash, what society discards as of no value, instead of it decaying in a landfill over time, whether it's food waste, which can decay within 30 days, or styrofoam or rubber, hundreds of years, even 1,000 years. Instead of that being wasting away in a landfill, that's a fuel source for us. The things that we don't take that are the innocent solid waste, things like concrete and demolition debris, like stones, dirt, concrete. Those things don't put off energy value because they have no BTU value, which is a higher heating value. Other obvious ones, we're not a hazardous waste facility, so we don't take medical waste, drums, chemicals, things of that nature. Those are the kinds of things we don't take, but the rest that goes into the black bin in Arlington County is what we take and convert into electricity. The blue bin is all the recyclables, and that goes to a single stream recycling facility, not to our facility.
That's excellent. So that plan is happening around the country, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you want to kind of display or tell us a little bit about what you have here?
Sure. And you know, as far as the recycling, Arlington County and Alexandria do a great job. They have recycling rates well above the national average of about mid-40s, 45%. Recycling rates nationally are 32%. So there is a concern of like, well, you might compete against recycling, but there's enough trash that we're still throwing out of society, and we do handle that. So this large
So
crazy.
here's a truck, right?
That's right.
Boom! It dumps the trash in there.
Yep.
Okay.
So this
then
is
what
a trash
happens?
pit. So then a large claw comes down, like at the
I
Ocean
see
City,
it right
Maryland. It's going to pick up a bunch of, instead of stuffed animals, bags of trash, a couple tons at a time, and it's going to drop it in this feed chute. Or
Oh,
this is like
engineers love this stuff. Okay,
Sure.
keep going.
So it's a feed chute, so it just gravity takes over, it falls down into the burn chamber. This is a hydraulic cylinder that pushes it onto the burn chambers. Our furnace temperatures are about 1,800 to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Burns really, really hot. The flame zone extends up about 30 feet, and we call these.
Well, you know what I want to know though.
Yeah.
There's some question about metals. Now, where do you pick up metals out of the trash?
Well, metals we recover post-combustion.
Oh,
So
okay.
people that throw out their bicycles, their chains, their mufflers, their old pots and pans, those don't burn at 1,800, 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. They don't melt or vaporize. So they come out with our byproduct, ash. And on the back end, we recover it with a huge rotating magnet, and we collect and recycle that metal and sell those back to the steel mills.
Oh, so that's wonderful. So you're doing recycling post-combustion.
That's right. We do actually do some recycling at our facility.
Now, before I let you go, I do have a question. I want to ask, what do you think about styrofoam in the waste stream? Do you think that that's a good use of styrofoam energy?
Not for a variety of reasons. It's bad for the environment as well as a business issue. First of all, it's very lightweight. We get paid for the trash on a per ton basis. So it doesn't have a lot of weight, so there's not a chance to make money on it. However, environmentally, it's very bad because as you can imagine, if you took a Bic lighter and try to light that styrofoam, it'll knock you over with the smells. Well, that means we have to work very hard on our back end on our air pollution control to scrub those flue gases.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, well, thank you very much for that informative information, and thank you for watching the Sustainable Scoop and the Arlington Weekly News. Hopefully Michael will come back and finish up and see us next time. Thanks again.